Welcome to my channel where I talk about God. And I will mention I'm just a normal 17-year-old girl who likes to talk about God. And do I have a story for you today? Have you been watching my dreams and stuff? Well, I got another dream for y'all and a story to go with it. So let's get into the story. So, if I mentioned, I think I mentioned this in the video made before this, that I was thinking about making another channel where I played like games and different things, which I was able to get my channel going and I was able to start making videos and everything was going great. So when I was trying to make my channel, my computer was making the videos like laggy, like they didn't look good. Like the gaming videos are coming out really laggy. And game videos, I wanted those because I'd be able to do them more just because they're easier to make. And since the videos were coming out really laggy, like to the point where you couldn't even tell like what was going on. Like it was so laggy you couldn't even tell what was going on. I decided to look on YouTube, and after a few days or so, I started thinking, well, this is so laggy and stuff. I'm like, why don't I just buy a new computer? So, like a computer that was made for gaming and like recording. So I'm looking into it, and I'm like, well, they're all kind of, they're kind of pricey. So I don't get that much money. Like literally, I get like a little amount of money. I don't get a lot. And like the cheapest one I found was like 200 something, and I'm like, I don't have 200 something dollars. I'm like, if you don't know, I have epilepsy. Yeah, you probably can't tell if you look at me, but yeah, I have epilepsy, and that's why I don't have like a job or anything. Just believe me, if I didn't have epilepsy stuff and I could get a job and I could drive, I'm pretty sure I would, but I can't do that with my epilepsy. But besides that, so like I was saying, I don't get that much money. So I was looking at one of them, and I noticed that you could pay it out. It was like $24 each month. And I was like, that's something I could do, because it'd be almost all my money, but I could do that. So I'm really thinking about doing this, of getting that gaming computer and doing that. I'm really thinking about it. So I'm thinking. And then I'm like praying to God. I'm like, if there's some reason I am not supposed to get this computer, you will make a reason that I cannot get it. So, I didn't get paid till like a week later. And I couldn't buy it with the money I had currently because I spent the money I had already on a gift for my sister's birthday. So that's why I couldn't get it then. So I waited like a week until I got money again, and I got paid, and I didn't get paid. That's what I meant to say. I meant to say I didn't get paid. I don't know why I came out I got paid. I don't know why. I meant to say I didn't get paid because a family member was the one paying me, and she said that she couldn't pay me because she knows I have epilepsy and stuff, and I don't know if she just feels bad because I can't get a job or something. I don't really know, because I did not ask her to start paying me. She willingly started doing that. I didn't ask her to do it. She willingly started doing that. So, I'm like, she explains to me why she can't pay me. Something about she spent too much money at somewhere. And I just said, okay. I mean, it's her money. I can't make her pay me or not. It's her money. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's fine. And we started talking about my sister's birthday, because I was telling her that my sister's birthday was tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I'm not meant to get that computer, because like I said, I was praying to God, if there's some reason I'm not supposed to get this computer, that there'll be some reason she can't pay me. So she wasn't able to pay me. And then I realized, I was like, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to get that computer. So I get out this laptop that I'm currently recording on, and I decided to try to work on the videos to see if I can make them less laggy. So I'm working on it, and after about a few days or so, I finally made it to where I got a video that wasn't like, you can actually see what was going on, and it wasn't like laggy. And I finally fixed it. So I ended up uploading my first gaming video, I think yesterday. And it was either yesterday or the day before, something like that. And my mom, she watches their people that talk about God. And she also says she doesn't agree with everything that they say. She says she just agrees with some of it, but she just likes watching them. I don't know, it's just one thing she does. She likes watching videos on YouTube. It's just people talk about God. And she was watching this one guy, and I happened to be in the living room at the time. I don't know what his name is. I think it starts with a J. This might be wrong or something. I just kind of call him the bald guy because he doesn't have hair in it. And I don't know what his name is, but I'm pretty sure his name starts with a J. It's like Jared or something. I don't know what his name is. But I was like half listening to what was on the TV. And he was talking about, basically he was just saying there should be no distractions between you and God. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. And I was agreeing with him. And then I start getting this feeling, like this guilty feeling. Like, you know when you've done a sin or something? Like, right after he said that, I started getting this, like, guilty feeling. And I was like, Mom, I don't know, I'm getting a weird feeling from him. And she, like, is always usually watching something about God. And if it's not about God, she's usually just watching a cooking show. But it's usually something about God. So, I'm like, usually something about God or she's watching a cooking show. I mean, it's whatever she likes. So, I'm like half listening, and that's what he said. He said, there should be nothing that separates you from God. And I'm like, okay, that's true. And then, like I said, I started getting this guilty feeling. Like, I don't know why, I was guilty. So, I go to sleep, and I had a dream, which I don't know if this has to do with anything, but I mean, it seems like it kind of does. So, the dream was, I had this dream that I was hanging out with my friends, and they were asking if I could go on this cruise. They were asking if I could go on a cruise. So I called my mom, and I'm like, Mom, can I please go on this cruise with my friends? And I was able to convince her to let me go on this cruise with my friends. So I'm on this cruise, and then one of my friends was telling me, she was like, yeah, the boys and girls are separate on this cruise. And she was just telling me that, like, the boys were on the other side of the ship, and the girls were on this side. And I was like, okay. And I didn't really think much of it. So we decided to go swimming in the pool. And it was only the rooms that were separate. Everything else was for boys and girls. It was only the room that were separate. So me and my friend and like another girl that was apparently my friend, I guess, decided to go to the pool. So we go to the pool, and there's like 2 or 3 guys there. So I'm like, okay. So we're just swimming, and then this one guy is there, and we start talking or whatever. And I'm like, I don't really know much about him and stuff. So we start talking and stuff, and then I guess we got like friendly or something. I don't really know. Like we just started liking each other. I don't really know. So he takes me to his room, and he starts telling me, he was like, I trust you enough, and he's like, I feel like I can share the secret with you. And I was like, okay. So he like kind of takes his shirt off, and he shows me that he has like all these scars and stuff. He's like, I have all these scars and bruises and stuff. And I'm like, don't really know what to say about that. And he basically tells me that his mom has been abusing him. He said all these scars and stuff I have is because of my mom. And I'm like, why would your mom do that? I'm like, my mom wouldn't do that. And I'm kind of like concerned, and I'm just like, I don't know why your mom's abusing you, and I don't really know what I can do when we're on a cruise. So I basically told him, I was like, if your mom's really doing this and everything, you can come and stay at our house for a little bit if you need to get away from your mom. Because I'm like, I wouldn't want you to end up being dead or something, you know? So, he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And so his mom ends up FaceTiming him while I'm in the room. And I find out he ended up, like, recording the FaceTime. Because he was like, I didn't want to show you while she was on FaceTime because I knew she'd get really mad. So I decided just to record the FaceTime so you could watch it. So he records it and shows it to me. And it turns out his mom was an alien. Yeah, his mom was an alien. And then I'm just sitting there thinking, and I'm like, if his mom's an alien, wouldn't that make him an alien? And then he just starts telling me, he was like, no, I'm not an alien. He was like, my dad He was like, my dad is a regular human, and I'm like, I think that I'm a regular human because he's a regular human. He's like, I don't want to be anything like the aliens. He's like, they're just mean and evil. He's like, I don't want to be anything like them. He's like, and he's just telling me, he's like, the only thing in them is evil. He's like, their only destination is to be evil. He's like, the only reason she hits me and stuff is because it's the alien inside her that's making her do it. There's something in the aliens that's making them be evil. And I don't know if that was like a message to warn people, be like, and so me and this guy, we go back to the pool. We went back to the pool. And um and he basically started turning into an alien while we were at the pool with my friend. He started like kind of turning into an alien. And we didn't really know what to do because he's like started kind of like he was starting to like attack us, like his mom attacked him. And he's like, I don't know what's going on. So somehow we were able to get a hold of his mom. And we were like, what are we supposed to do? Because I knew that his mom was an alien. But she could also look like a regular human if she wanted to. If she wanted to look like an alien, she could. If she wanted to look like a regular human, she could. So I knew that I needed to get a hold of her because I knew she would know what to do. Even though I knew she was evil and stuff, I was like, I gotta figure out if she can tell me what to do. So I get a hold of her, and we're like on FaceTime, and I'm like, your son is acting really weird. I think he might be turned into an alien. And he's like, I know you're an alien. I'm like, you gotta help him somehow. So I think, ended up telling me what to do. I think she ended up telling me what to do it wouldn't like completely get rid of the alien. It would almost just like mute it, like when you take medicine, like when you have a headache, and that can get rid of the headache forever, but it'll turn it off for a little bit. That's what that would do. So I made this thing that was supposed to de-alien him for a little bit, and I gave it to him, and he went back to normal. He went back to just being a regular human. And before the dream ended, I remembered this. This is what I remember, like, this saying. It was like, it may not look like poison, but it is poison. And that was it. That was the entire dream. And I just felt like, at the end, when they said that, it may not look like poison, but it is poison. And that really, like, spoke to me. So, you're probably like, what does that dream have to do with your YouTube channel and everything? So, this is my channel where I make videos about God. And then the other channel I was planning to make gaming videos and all kinds of videos. Videos that you watch when you just are bored and stuff, basically. And ever since I just watched that guy that talks about God, saying that there should be nothing that keeps you away from God, which is very true. I agree with that 100%. I was feeling really guilty. And I had no idea why I was feeling guilty. Because I'm like, I don't think I did anything wrong. And usually I feel guilty if I did like a sin or something. And I'm like, I don't think I did anything wrong. And I was like, the only thing I've done differently is start my YouTube channel. And I'm like, just thinking, I'm like, is it because of my YouTube channel? And I'm just praying, if there's some reason I'm not supposed to do this YouTube channel, you tell me right now. So I go into the bathroom. I just woken up. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to the living room. And if I see the color purple, I know it's okay to continue my YouTube channel. So I go into the living room. And there's freaking like purple everywhere. Like my niece has this toy kitchen. It had purple on it. My sister had like her swimsuit out. It had purple on it. My niece had her swimsuit out. It had purple on it. I don't know why there's so much purple in the living room today. Which I said purple because I was expecting there not to be much purple. And there was like a bunch of purple. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. I'm like, why am I having this bad feeling if it doesn't have to do with my YouTube channel? What does it have to do with? And it just wasn't making sense. So I'm sitting there, and I told Mom basically everything that's been happening, how I've been feeling guilty and everything. And I'm like, I'm just like, I don't really know. So I'm like, I pray to God, and basically this is what I got from it. He's like, I'm not saying you can never do your YouTube channel. He's just saying it's not good to do it right now. He basically saying, he's like, I'm coming soon. He's like, I'm coming soon. Like, he's like, get your butt into it. He's like, you need to be doing everything you can for me. He's like, you don't want anything to be a part. And then I almost felt like this whole YouTube channel thing was like a test. Because he knew I really wanted to do this YouTube channel. I feel kind of like this whole thing was just a test. Like him seeing if I would give up something I really like for him. And I'm like, of course, I even say, even if it was like my best thing I have, God is number one. He is number one in my heart, and I would give up anything if he told me to. I would just want proof that it's truly from him. That's the only thing. I would want proof that it's truly for him, and then I would give up anything. As long as I knew it was truly him, I'd give up anything. Like, if he told me to shave my hair off, I would shave my hair off. As long as I knew it was truly from him. But, so I'm like, well, what do you want me to do? I'm like confused. I'm like, I don't know what to believe at this point. I'm like confused. Like, should I stop my YouTube channel? Should I continue it? And I'm like confused. Basically, God told me, he's like, I'm not trying to like hurt yourself, like give up your dream, but he's like, you need to stop that YouTube channel. He's like, you need to focus on me. He's like, I'm coming soon. He's like, if you're doing anything else that does not revolve around me, he's like, you could be left behind. That was basically saying, he was like, if you're doing anything that's not to do with me, you could be left behind. And he's like, that's why I don't want you doing your YouTube channel. He's like, you can continue your YouTube channel about God, but I don't want you doing the other channel. He's like, that's why you're feeling guilty. He's like, I don't want you doing the other channel because I'm coming soon. And he's like, you thought I was coming in 5 years. And he's like, oh, you're not prepared how fast I'm coming. You are not prepared how fast I'm coming. He's like, and he's also telling me, he's like, you are not taking this serious enough. He's like, I'm coming. He's like, you've been just saying it, oh, he's coming. And I'm like, that's good and all. But he's like, no, I'm coming. Like, you do not understand. A 2,000-year prophecy, I'm not even saying that right, is being fulfilled before your eyes. I'm coming soon. I'm coming like snap, and I'm there. I'm coming soon. And people aren't even seeing it. Be like, stop it. Stop whatever you're doing. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing. Just stop and listen. I'm coming soon. And if you're doing anything that doesn't have to do with me, you could be left behind. And that's pretty much what he was telling me. He was like, I'm not trying to crush your dreams and everything, but he's like, I'm coming soon. And if you're doing anything that doesn't have to do with me, you could be left behind. And that's what he was telling me. So I'm like, I understand. I understand now. That YouTube channel I was making was not for him. Unlike this one. This one is clear for him. This is my channel about God. And I feel like I should be doing more for him. I feel like right now is not the time for me to be making a YouTube channel about gaming. I feel like it's a time I need to buckle down and really be for him. Like, my whole heart and everything. And I feel like whoever watches this, you should really think about doing the same. We need to follow God as good as we possibly can. As 100%. We don't need no 99%. We need 100%. And you can think what you want about the dream I had. I feel like it was a very interesting dream. I feel like it really had meaning to it. I feel like that dream really had meaning to it, and I'm not seeing the full meaning of that dream. And just be prepared. God is coming soon. I know I'm making this up, like, sometimes I wish you could feel how I feel when I make these videos. He's coming soon. Like, soon. Like, you gotta run. Like, you're gonna probably see me uploading a lot more on this channel. Like, I know I say that quite lately. I just been uploading when he's been telling me, but I think I'm gonna start uploading even when he's not telling me. Like, if he's not telling me to upload, I think I'm gonna come up with something to upload that's related to him. I feel like I need to buckle down and really be for him and nothing else. He's coming soon, and if you're not 100% for him, you could be left behind. So this chick, my mom was watching her. I don't know what her name is, but she said that she had a dream that she was left behind. I don't know who this chick was. She was just on YouTube, and my mom was watching her. Because like I said, my mom watches a lot of videos about God and dreams and stuff. And she was watching this chick, and this chick was like, I had a dream that I was left behind. And I was kind of half listening, because when she put these videos on, she watches them so frequently, I usually just half listen. Because the way my brain works, I don't really like watching videos about God, because I can read the Bible. I read the Bible. You see my Bible right here. I read the Bible. And I can always know when they're doing something that goes against the Bible, even if it's just like a little insignificant, like somebody in the Bible was wearing the wrong clothes, or like somebody said something different than what they actually said. I notice it because I'm like, I read the Bible and I know exactly what the Bible says, but when I see you making kid shows and stuff about the Bible, and then I notice that that's wrong, it just makes me feel like, should I be watching this? This whole TV show could be wrong. That's what it makes me feel like. That's why I don't really like watching TV shows and stuff that are about God. But I don't diss them either. I'm like, those are probably good because there's probably somebody out there that it helped learn about God. Because I feel like those TV shows do have some good in them, and it is teaching someone about God. I notice when there is something that's not about God in those videos. Is all I'm saying. So that's why I don't really like watching them. But if my mom puts them on, I will like half listen usually. And in that particular video, like I said, that girl had a dream that she was left behind, and she was saying that what happened, there was this door. It was like a lit up door, and she was saying that she was going up to the door, and the door had closed on her. But yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not talking about the same thing. I had paused the video because my uncle had come in and he is visiting. But so I'm not talking exactly about the same thing. I'm sorry, but I'm going to try to continue where we left off. And if you hear any noise in the background, like I said, my uncle is here, and my dad is here, and my sister is here, and my mom is here. So if you hear any noise in the background, I'm not the only one here. So yeah, let's just continue the video. So, like I was saying, God is just saying, he's like, you need to really kick it up. He's like, I'm coming fast, and if you are even 1% not fully with me, you could be left behind. And I know that's scary. I mean, it's scary. Just to think, like, he literally told me, he's like, you're just over here making these videos and stuff, which is good, but he's like, you're not really considering everything. He's like, a 2,000-year thing is about to come to an end. And you're just over here acting like it's not really anything. This is a huge thing. 2,000-year thing is about to be fulfilled before our eyes. It's already happening before our eyes. Just watch the news and everything. It's already happening. It's just crazy, and I feel like we really need to buckle down. Like, God's serious. He's not like, he's just not anymore. He's like, you really tell this to as many people as possible. Share this video. I'm like, I'm just a normal 17-year-old girl, and this is what he's telling me. And I'm like, you can pray and be like, is this girl really hearing from God? You can pray that if you want, if you don't believe that I'm really hearing from him. But it's just so much. He wants me to tell you that he loves you. He's like, don't be discouraged. He's like, learn, listen, and buckle down, because it's happening soon. I guess I'm going to end the video here. I really hope this spoke to you. And you can comment below anything you want, anything you have about my dream, like you have a question you want me to answer, or if you're just anything you want to comment it, and I might answer. If there's anything, if you would like to chat to me about God, comment below and I will try to somehow talk to you and we can chat about God if that's what you want to do. I am open and I'd be glad to do that. And God loves you so much. I wish you could feel how much he loves you. Because I'm telling you, when you get the Spirit of God in you and you're really for him and stuff, you can feel his love. Sorry, I'm starting to tear up. You can feel his love, and his love is strong. His love is very strong. He loves you forever. His love is forever lasting, and he loves you so much. I'm just crying because like I said, you can feel his love, and he loves you so much. I'm just crying because it's just amazing to feel how much he loves you. It's just amazing to feel how much he loves you. I want you to know he loves you. And before I go, I just wanted to do this. I don't do this very often, but I can speak in tongues. Yes, I've been able to speak in tongues for quite some time now. I just don't really do it that often because from what I hear, it's supposed to be like the angel's voice. That's what speaking in tongues is. It's supposed to be like the angel's voice. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that. I don't know tongues. Like, I can speak tongues, but I don't really know what it is that well. But I'm pretty sure that it's like, pretty sure it's a good thing. I don't know it too much. I'd have to look into that, but I'm not really. I can speak tongues. I just don't know it exactly. I feel like I should show y'all how I speak in tongues, but I'm like kind of afraid to do. I get like nervous when I speak in tongues. I don't know why, but I feel like I should do it. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Kamikia Kamalka, Shishia Kamalka, Shishia Kamalka, Mia Malka, Shishia Mile. So there, that's me speaking in tongues. I might have been a bit quiet. I don't know, I feel like I should do it louder, so I feel like I was kind of quiet. Kamikia Kamalka, Shishia Kamalka, Mika Kamalka, Shishia Malka, Shishia Malka, Mia Mile. So that's me speaking in tongues. I know speaking in tongues is different for pretty much everyone. All speaking in tongues sounds unique. And that's just how I sound speaking in tongues. And like I said, I don't speak in tongues too often because I get really nervous doing it. But I just thought I would show you how I sound speaking in tongues. I wish y'all could feel his love. I really wish y'all could feel his love. He loves y'all very much. He loves y'all very much. He loves you more than anyone could probably ever love you. Anyone. So if you're ever thinking you're having a bad day, that he doesn't love you, and there's no one in this world that loves you or that can, you're wrong. God is in everything, and he is everywhere. If you cannot see it, you are probably blind. Like, you are blinded by something, probably. He is in everything, and he loves you so much. I don't know how many times I can freaking, say this, but I'm telling you, he loves you so much. He loves you so much. He's only there for the good. He does not want to hurt you in any way. He does not want to hurt you. He's only here to protect you and guide you to the path that's going to lead you to a life with him. That's the only reason he's here. He just wants to lead you to a path that will lead you to him. He wants to show you the good. He has a whole place ready for you. A ready place for you that's full of happiness and love and no worries. But if you are following wrong and not doing what is right, you will be left behind. And he's trying to warn you, it'll be so bad. I was talking to my mom. I was like, I can tell you probably what's going to happen. I don't know why. I was just kind of telling her this. It just kind of came up somehow. I was like, this is probably exactly what's going to happen. God's going to come, and he's going to take the people that did what was right and did what was good, and he's going to take them, bring them to heaven. And then the people that didn't do good are going to be left on earth. They're going to be left on earth. And then what's going to happen, there's going to be a moment of panic and worry and just craziness going on, like the worst we've ever seen. And people are going to be like, oh crap, you were left behind. And it's going to be panic all over the world, whoever was left behind. And then what's going to probably happen is that after a little bit of this craziness, somehow they're going to get back to how the things were, like back to civilization. And then they're going to start bringing out these robots and stuff probably, like the chip, I mean. And then what's going to happen, there's going to be a whole generation that doesn't even know God. I'm not saying that's 100% what's going to happen. That's just a theory. That's 100% just a theory I have. But I feel like that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a whole generation that doesn't even know God. That's just a theory. I don't know if that's true, just a theory of what could happen after God takes people that were actually for him to heaven. Just a theory. I don't know what's going to happen. That's just completely a theory. And I just want as many people as possible. Like, I pray. We should pray real quick. I pray that as many people as possible get to be in heaven with Yahweh. I pray that my family gets to be in heaven with Yahweh forever and ever. I do not want to be left here. I would give everything for Yahweh. I would give everything for Yahweh. I love Yahweh, and he loves me too. And I pray whoever is watching this video, I really hope this speaks to him. And I plan to make more videos And I love you, Yahweh. Amen. I'm getting emotional. And it's just crazy. Just think, I'm just a 17-year-old girl. I'm just a normal human being. And he's talking to me. What does it say in the Bible? It says, before the adults know of my coming, the children will speak of it first. When he says children, he's meaning like toddlers and stuff, basically. He's meaning like toddlers. I was on YouTube or Instagram or something, and this kid, he was probably like maybe 5 years old. He was really little. And the mom was recording him because he said he had a dream about the rapture. And he was talking about this dream he had of the rapture. It's kind of hard to understand him because, like I said, he was only like 5 and he couldn't talk that well yet, like me or you. So it was pretty hard to understand what he was saying. But I just thought that was crazy that God is already showing little kids and stuff, like 5-year-olds and stuff, that he's coming. Like, this isn't the only 5-year-old kid, I'm pretty sure, that has dreams about the rapture and stuff. But he's one of them. And it's crazy. I'm like, I haven't really had a rapture dream yet. I've had multiple dreams. I had a dream where I went to heaven. I've had dreams. But I don't think I've had a rapture dream yet. So my sister Catherine, I think she had a rapture dream once, which y'all can think what you want. I might have mentioned this in a video before, but I will mention it again. My sister had a dream that we were in like this building, and apparently God had like come or something, I think, or maybe he hadn't come yet. I'm not exactly sure. And we were in this building. We were putting like gas masks or like hazmat suits on because for some reason it was like the air outside was unclean. We couldn't breathe it, so we had to wear like gas masks and stuff, or we were like gonna die. And that was like her entire dream, basically, just putting on like gas masks and stuff. But for some reason in the dream, she said she knew it was like God's return or something, and we had to put on gas masks and stuff because we couldn't breathe the air because it was that crazy. That was like her entire dream, but that's not the only dream. My sister growing up, she used to have some interesting dreams. Dreams about things that she doesn't really even remember. She used to, I think, write them down, but she doesn't really do that anymore. Like I said, she doesn't really believe the same as we do, and that's kind of sad. I pray for them. I pray that they learn truth before it's too late. I really do. I really, really do. I just really hope and pray they learn the truth before it's too late. I don't know what else to say. They're my family, and I love them, but I can tell them the truth until the cows come home, but I can't make them believe it. I really a lot has been going on, and it's just crazy. But yeah, like I said, if there's anything you want to talk about the Bible, you can comment on this video, be like, I want to talk about the Bible, can you please talk to me? And I will try to talk to you and help you understand the Bible to my best abilities. And I'm not saying everything I say, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Even the Bible says everybody has sinned. Everybody has sinned. Nobody is perfect. But I don't want anyone to be left behind either. So, I'm not perfect. I have sinned. I will admit it. Here's a story that I feel like I should tell. Growing up, when I was little, probably around 5 or so, I lied. Like, I was a liar. I was a big, fat liar. And at this point in life, I was still learning about God and stuff. And I was a big, fat liar until I was probably around 7 or 8. And I would have this humongous guilty feeling. Like, this guilty feeling was terrible. Because, like I said, my mom's always been about God and stuff. And I knew that lying was a sin. Just my younger self, I guess, didn't really care. So until I was around like 7 or 8 years old, I finally made a thing. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to lie anymore. That's what I finally told myself. I said, I'm not going to lie anymore. And I don't think I've really lied since. If I have lied since then, it was just like pure accident. Or like I just accidentally blurted it out. I didn't mean to. It was the only times I've like lied now. And every time I think that I even lied, I usually end up like praying or being like, God, please forgive me. But yeah, from like the age 5 to 7 or 8, I was a real bad liar. And this is just how bad I was lying. So when I was around 7 or 8, I would tell mom of like stories and stuff, and she would believe me. She was like, "You really did all that?" it was like, I was telling her like dreams that I had, but in all reality, it wasn't true. Those dreams I was having were all made up. Now, the only thing I think that was 100% true, I don't even remember doing this. My mom told me once when I was really little, like maybe 3 or so, she told me that I was like playing, like pretend playing, and she said that she was asking what I was doing, and I told her that I was having a tea party, and or something like that. I think I told her I was having a party or a tea party. I don't exactly remember what. And she said, "Oh, what are y'all eating at this tea party?" And she said that I told her we were having strawberry shortcake, and she was she was like, "What?" She was like, "What?" And she's like, "Who's at this party?" And I think I remember she said that I told her there was angels at this party. And that's pretty much all I said on that topic. And that's the only story I like when I was younger that I believe. All the stories I put on this channel are absolutely true. I wouldn't do it. All the stories on this channel are absolutely true. I was saying that was a story I had when I was really little that I actually think that was true. Like, that was a crazy. And she said that she was like, I was like 3 at the time, so how do I even know what strawberry shortcake is? And I'm like, no one in my house even really eats strawberry shortcake, so that wouldn't be like a common dessert that I'd hear from the house. And that's like the only story when I was really little that I think actually happened, which God was even talking to me when I was really little. And did y'all see that video? How they said that they found the name Yahweh in our DNA? Did y'all watch that video? Yeah, they found the name Yahweh literally written in our DNA. That's insane. And then we're like, there's just so much. And then we're like, matter makes itself out of nothing. Like, my dad was talking about that. Well, I don't know if my dad was talking about that. I think I saw it maybe on a video. I don't think it was my dad. I don't know why I said my dad. But I saw it on something. That's all you need to know. But yeah, they were saying Yahweh is in our DNA. Yeah, they said scientists found out Yahweh is in our DNA. And get this. My mom was talking to me. And you know how in the Bible, of course, right now my brain decides to not remember what it was called. Ark. Yeah, the ark. The ark they had built to put inside the temple of God. That ark. And if you were to touch the ark, you would literally die. That's why they had these massive poles that priests, I think it was priests. I think it was priests. I don't know if it was always priests, but they had these massive poles that connected to it, and you could only touch the poles. If you were to touch the actual ark, you would die. And Mom was telling me that they found the ark. And I was like, what? They found, because there's people that try to recreate the ark, what they think it looks like, but it's fake, of course. It's not the real thing. It's just a copy of it. And she's like, they found the actual ark. And she was like telling me they found it like probably 10 years ago or so, but they're keeping it hidden from us. And I'm like, why did they hide that from? It's a whole thing. The government doesn't want us to know that God's real. He is trying to hide it at every cost. He does not want us to know that God is real. He seriously doesn't. That's the honest, like, truth. He seriously does not want us to know God is real. They're trying to hide any evidence that makes God real. Even hiding the ark. Even hiding the ark. So, yeah, they found the ark. They're just hiding it from us. They have found for a lot of historical Bible stuff. But they're just hiding it from us. They don't want us to know that God's real. They seriously do not want us knowing God's real. He's freaking in our DNA. He's everywhere. Like, just look at this. Look at this. It's just a flower pot that I decorated. But just by looking at this flower pot, I don't know. Oh, it's too bright. You can't really see it that well. But you can see it. You see the colors. You see the decorations. God made that happen. It didn't just come out of thin air. Look, it didn't just come out of thin air. God made it happen. God made it happen. Oh, also I forgot to mention, happy Sabbath. Today is Sabbath. And then you're like, why are you making videos on Sabbath? Because Sabbath is a rest day. This is my thing. If you're making videos for, like, work purposes, like to earn money, then that's when it becomes against Sabbath. But if you're doing it for God, or if you're doing it just for the fun of it, because I like, these videos are fun. Like, you might sound me crazy, but making videos for God is fun. Like, it makes me feel, like, ecstatic. Like, I feel like jumping. I'm like, I'm so happy that God talks to me and I'm able to make these videos. Like, I'm ecstatic. But if I was making these videos for, like, a money purpose, then I feel like that's when it would go against the Sabbath. Because then, instead of me making these just for fun, it would turn into me making these for money and aka a job purpose. But no, I literally just make these videos because God wants me to, and I love God, and it just makes me feel so ecstatic making these videos. And it makes me feel things that I don't think I would feel otherwise. It makes me feel God's love stronger than I ever felt it before. And I want to be as close as possible to God. And if me making these videos help me get closer to God and spread the word of God, well, I'm going to make these videos. I'm going to make these videos then. There's so much. So much. Like, I could make this video an hour long if I want. It's literally almost an hour long. Really, it's 40 minutes long. It's almost an hour long. It's probably one of my longest videos I ever made. I'm just so want y'all to understand how serious this is. A 2,000-year prophecy is about to be fulfilled sooner than you can think. So, if you haven't already heard, September is going crazy. People are saying something's definitely happening in September. Really, watch for September. I don't know what else to say. Like, I wish I could just be like, read this video. I mean, watch this video. I don't know why I said read. I meant watch. Watch this video. Just watch it and listen. You don't even have to watch it. Just put in some headphones and listen to what I'm saying. Like, you don't even have to look at my face. Just put in some headphones, listen to what I'm saying. This is serious. A 2,000-year prophecy is about to be fulfilled sooner than you think. A lot sooner than any of us are thinking. Like, it could be fulfilled tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be fulfilled tomorrow because I don't think that lined up with the Bible. But, I mean, it could be. I don't know. God is sitting on his throne. And one day he's going to get out of his throne. And he's going to come for his people. And are you going to be prepared for when he does come? He could come at any time. Are you going to be prepared when he gets off his throne and comes? That's all I'm saying. Just, will you be prepared when he gets off his throne and comes? That's all I'm saying. Just like, but this is real serious. I'm just trying to really get this into your soul, into your head. This is serious. I mean, not everyone believes the same probably. There's probably always a little thing that we don't agree on. But I just really hope this video speaks to you because God's even using little people like me. Like, I'm barely 17. I mean, I don't look 17. A lot of people mistake that I'm like 13 or 15. I don't look my age. But I'm just here trying to tell y'all about God. Trying to get it into y'all somehow. Y'all understand how serious this is. Have you watched the news? Like, there's been hurricanes. The world's burning. These are all things the Bible says. God says before he comes, the world will burn. Which means it'll just get really hot. And he says that when he comes, there will be hurricanes in different places of the world. Which is happening. He says there'll be people will be thinking that there's viruses and stuff coming out, aka COVID, and people already think that there's viruses and stuff coming out, happening. He says that when he returns, the fire will rain from the sky, basically. He says fire will come out of the sky. And everything is coming. It might be taking a tiny bit of time. Everything's happening. And this is what he says. He says when he comes, the days will start going faster and faster. My mom has been telling me, she's like, I feel like the days are going faster. My mom was telling me that a little bit ago. And I didn't really believe her. I was like, man, the days feel like they're going the same. But I don't know. I could have been wrong. I'm like, God says that when he comes, the days are going to start going by faster. He says that everything's going to happen like really fast. You're going to be shocked how fast his return is going to happen. I just hope that when he does return, that you're truly with him. I don't know what else I can really say. Just really hope that you're for him. I'm not perfect. I made mistakes in my life. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect. I am not. We have all sinned, as you probably know. But I just hope that when he comes, that you're not left behind. I don't want anyone to be left behind, because being left behind is separated from God, and that is terrible. That is the worst thing that can happen. And I wouldn't want that for me. I wouldn't want that for anyone. So I pray, whoever's watching this, that this message really gets to you, that you live for the Lord, and you are not left behind. I don't want anyone left behind. I pray that you're not left behind. Amen. I just try to see if there's anything else I should say before I go. If you want, like I was saying, if you want to chat about the Bible to understand it better, I'd be glad to do that. Just comment below, and we can somehow maybe start talking, and just tell you more about the Bible, maybe help you understand it better. And I pray if there is anything evil or anything bad going on, I pray that it goes away in the name of Yahweh. Because if you do not know this, if you're ever feeling like you're being attacked or something evil is going on in your life, if you just pray and be like, in the name of Yahweh, I pray that this goes away. Anything evil has to go away in the name of Yahweh. That is written in the Bible. Anything that's evil has to go away in the name of Yahweh. They have to. They have to flee no matter what. Because the devil can't do anything without God's permission. He cannot. He cannot do anything without God's permission. So I used to believe, I probably mentioned this before in another video too, but I used to believe, this was before I was relating to God, and I was like depressed. Like I'm telling you, I was depressed. So I used to believe that why would a God that loves us so much cause evil things to happen? And I always just blamed God for all the evil things that would happen in my life. Because I'm like, this doesn't make sense. If God was real, why would a God that loves us so much let bad things happen? I always thought, I was like, why would he do that? That don't make no sense. And it just didn't make sense to me. Why a God that loves us so much would let bad things happen? And I had to go through some learning and stuff. And God opened my heart. And I never been better. So the reason God allows bad things to happen, because like as I just said, the devil can't do anything about God's permission, is because we have all sinned. We're in a world that is aimed to make you sin at every angle. And the reason God allows sin is because he's testing us. He wants to know who will be faithful to God and who won't. He doesn't want to come back for someone that's going to just keep sinning. He wants to come back for someone that loves him for him, who is truthful to him, who is loyal to him. He's not coming back for someone that's going to poison it all. Because look at it this way. If everybody got to heaven, all the people that were evil, all the people that were good, when we got to heaven, it would just be evil again. It'd be like the same thing as on earth. Everyone would start doing evil again. That's why only people that are good get into heaven. Because if everyone got in with the good and the evil, they would just start all over again and be like earth all over again. But if only the people that are true to God get into heaven and stuff, it could be like the best place on earth. And God lets sin happen because he's testing us. He wants to see if you'll choose good or evil. He's testing us. That's the best way to put it. He's literally just testing us whether we're going to choose good or evil. He wants to know if you're going to let evil keep you away from him. Because when God comes, and he's going to be like this, he's going to be like, so, what'd you do with your life? He's going to, well, I don't know if it'll be exactly like this, but I'm just saying, this is kind of how it's going to, because there's going to be judgment. We're all going to get judged for everything we did on earth. There's going to be judged. Judge. We're all going to be judged for everything we did on earth. And he might be like, so, what'd you do on earth? And he's going to be like, so, why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this? And some of the stuff you did might not be good. And you're going to have to answer why you did those things. And if your answer is, oh, I just did this because I wanted to, I don't think that's a good enough answer. Or if your answer is, well, God knows what's in your heart. So even if you're trying to lie or say that you did it for a different reason, he knows when you're lying. You cannot lie to God because he knows when you're lying. He knows when you're telling the truth. He knows when you're lying. He knows when you're sincere. He knows when you're not sincere. He knows everything about you. So even if you tried lying to God, well, I'm here to tell you, you can't lie to him. He knows everything. Like, you can lie to him, but he knows that you're lying. He will know the second you lie, that he will know that you're lying. He knows everything. He knows the end, the start. He knows everything. He knows how everything's going to turn out. He knows everything. He knows the end, the start. He knows everything. So, what will heaven be like? For the people that are left on earth, it's going to be very bad on earth, I feel like. Earth will be at its worst state it's ever been. Earth will be terrible. People will be stealing and all kinds of things. Earth is going to be like dramatic. It's going to be awful. But, because when God comes and takes people that were for him to heaven, the people left on earth, they're not going to be able to die. even if you are so wanting to die, you're not going to be able to die. It's going to be that bad. You're going to want to die, but you're not going to be able to die. You're going to want to die, but you're not going to be able to die. That's how bad it's going to be. So if you do not go to heaven with God, you're going to be on earth. And it's going to be so bad, you're going to want to die, but you're not going to be able to die. And we got to be prepared. God tells us that before he comes, that we might have to go through some bad stuff. Even people that are truly for him might have to go through some bad stuff. Some people might even have to die to be with God. This is for real. There's going to be some bad things that people that are even fully for God might have to go through. And people might even have to die to be with God. They might even have to die to be with God. So if they came up to you and they're like, if you do not get this chip, I'm just saying the chip because this might actually happen. You might actually be in a situation very similar to this. They might be like, if you don't get this chip, we're going to take your family from you. You still need to say no. I know it's going to be hard, but if that chip, the reason they want you to get that chip so bad, it's the mark of the beast. They want you to get that chip so bad because it's the mark of the beast. That's why they want you to get that chip so badly, because it's the mark of the beast. That's 100% what it is. They want you to get it so badly because they know if you get that, it's the mark of the beast. And that's why they want you to get that chip so bad. And you're like, why would people want you to get the chip so bad if they know it's evil? Because they're being controlled by bad spirits. They're being controlled by bad spirits. And this all has to happen because it's in the Bible. And I went over there because my Bible's over there and I was tapping my Bible. I'm like, this is all in the Bible and this is all supposed to come past. They want you to get that chip so badly because it's the mark of the beast. Ooh. Sorry for that little pause there. My computer was reminding me it's about to die. Hold on, I'm going to go get my charger. Okay, so I am back. If you can't tell, I moved over here just so my computer could charge because it was saying it was about to die. So now my computer can charge and it shouldn't die on us. Hold on, let me check something real quick. Okay, I just making sure I have a power strip and I was making sure the power strip was on because if the power strip isn't on, it's not going to charge. So yeah, let me continue. But I'm just like, it's going to be bad. You do not want to be left behind. If you're left behind, it's going to be so bad that you want to die, but you're not going to be able to die. It's going to be that bad. So you do not want to be left behind. I don't know how much I can stress this. I'm just want y'all to understand. I don't want anyone left behind. I don't know what more I can say. And my hair, I don't know why. I feel like when I make these videos, my hair always looks crazy. My hair don't want to work. Besides, just ignore my hair. Just ignore my hair. But like I was saying, besides my hair, I I'm seriously want y'all to understand how serious this is. Just think, 2,000 years. A 2,000 years prophecy being fulfilled so God can come and take back the people he loves very, very much. And he loves us very, very much. So if you are not for God and everything, and you are left behind, if you're left behind, so if God does not take you into heaven, you're left behind, the sin for not following God and stuff is being separated from him. That is basically it. Being separated from him is what happens when you're not for him. You'll be separated from him forever. And we do not want that. You do not want to be separated from your Creator. You do not want to be separated from your Creator. I just want you to understand how serious this is. He could be coming soon. Oh, I never even finished mentioning that. So September. So why is September so serious and why is it so important? So be watching for September. There is so much that is supposed to be happening this September. So in September, they're supposed to be signing the 7-year treaty thing. And if you do not know this, the Bible speaks of there will be a 7-year before he returns. And a lot of people think them signing the 7-year thing could be the start of the 7 years before he returns. And if it's only 7 years before he returns, that is quicker. That is very quick. It might not even be 7 years. A lot of people think if it's not the signing of the 7-year thing, he could be coming in September. We do not know. God says that before he returns, it will be 2,000 years after he was last on earth. 2,000 years after he was last on earth. And people are believing that it's been 2,000 years. People are actually saying, we think it's been 2,000 years. And the reason they're coming out saying aliens are real, you want to know why they're saying aliens are real? Because those aliens, they're not actually aliens. They're fallen angels. The Bible speaks that before he returns and stuff, the Bible, they say that there's going to be aliens, but they're not actually aliens. They're fallen angels, but they're going to be calling them aliens. And then what's going to probably happen, like I said, I could be wrong, they're going to try to get you to like the aliens. They're going to try to trick you, but the aliens are not good. They're literally demons in disguise. And aliens are not good, but they're going to try to convince you probably that they are good. But don't listen, they are not good. And then another thing they're going to be doing, hold on, I just need to take a moment to breathe, get my words together. So, God is going to come and take those, he's going to take those who are loyal to him. He's going to come and take the people that were really loyal to him. But people are going to start disappearing. That's what's going to happen. People are going to start disappearing. And then they're going to be talking. They're going to be like, why are these people disappearing? Like, people are going to be like, why is all these people disappearing? And they're going to blame it on the aliens. Which, like I already said, they're not aliens. They're actually fallen angels. But they're going to blame it on the aliens and try to make everyone think that it was just aliens taking them. Which, it's not. God's going to come and he's going to try to take his children back. And that's why people are going to start disappearing. And, yeah. So if you hear of people disappearing, just know, it's not no aliens taking us. They're going to say that because they don't want people freaking out. But it's not no aliens taking us. Just know that. And I just hope that y'all are really seriously connecting with God on a higher level than you've ever been. Because this is serious. He has been telling me stuff. I've been having dreams. I've been having dreams. Like, you can watch all my dreams I've been having on my channel. I post basically every dream I ever had on my channel that I remember. I think I even made a video where I talked about dreams I had years ago before I even had this channel. God has been talking to me since I was little. And it's your choice to believe what I say or not. I mean, it's your choice. But God is seriously, he's like, you need to kick your booty into gear. You gotta get prepared. Well, I guess I'm gonna end the video here. And before I go, happy Sabbath. Hope you have an amazing Sabbath. And love God. And I guess bye for now.